Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well by the grace of Almighty God. Thank you for watching Ninja Cartoons. Today's episode is a special one, shared with us by Sir Bongani. Honestly, when I first read through this script, my heart was filled with joy. I realized there are so many lessons within it, lessons that reflect real situations I have often observed in people's lives. Yet, the sad reality is that in today's world, very few are willing to openly talk about these matters. In this episode, we will be discussing a topic that touches countless lives, why so many people remain single and why their marriages never take place. You may have already come across common reasons in various discussions and videos. For example, some women say they only want a wealthy or handsome husband, while some men insist their wives must be beautiful, well-settled, and socially admired. These are demands we frequently hear. Others may express confusion, wondering why their prayers for marriage are not answered, despite their efforts. These are familiar explanations, but they do not cover the whole picture. Today, however, we will take a different approach. Instead of repeating what you may have already heard, we will uncover deeper and lesser-known reasons behind prolonged singleness, reasons that most people do not have the courage to speak about. These insights will be shared by Smith, one of the most senior members of the Ninja Channel team. His perspective will shed light on hidden truths that are rarely discussed, offering you a fresh and thought-provoking understanding of why many remain single. Sir Fred, I was actually waiting for you to step out on your way to the office so that I could meet you. I wanted to thank you personally. You have shown me such great kindness by arranging treatment for my leg and even paying all my hospital bills. After God, it was truly you who became a source of support for me when I felt helpless. Now, by God's mercy and through your help, I am much better. Both my legs had serious problems due to high blood pressure, and suddenly I felt as if my life was coming to an end. I thought everything was over for me, but God showed His mercy and you stood by me during that painful time. I am deeply grateful to you, sir. That's the real reason I came here, to thank you with all my heart. Please, don't mention it, Dave. There is no issue at all. The important thing is that you have recovered. That truly makes me happy. Whatever we have is from God's blessings, and when He has given us more than enough, then why should we hesitate in helping others? We never lose anything by helping someone who is in need. Sir Fred, you know, I was very sick for a long time. First, I was in the hospital for weeks, and then after being discharged, I had to stay confined to my bed at home. During that time, I heard from some people that your wedding took place about 3 months ago. Is it true that you got married recently? Dave, why are you so curious about my marriage? Whether it happens soon or not at all, it is my personal matter. If it is destined for me, it will surely happen. If it is not, then even if I remain single for my whole life, I will accept it with peace. So, my friend, you don't need to worry about it. It won't affect you either way. Sir, please don't take me wrong. I was only asking casually, out of happiness. We poor people don't have much joy in our lives, but when we see people like you, wealthy, respected, and successful, we share in your happiness. That is what gives us strength and encouragement. That's why I asked, thinking that your marriage would be a moment of joy even for us to celebrate in our hearts. Also, almost all your friends are married now, from what I have seen. Only you remain unmarried, so I got a little excited and curious. I simply asked out of joy, not to cross any boundary. If my question felt inappropriate, then please forgive me. Consider it a light-hearted joke rather than something serious. No, please don't feel uncomfortable. I am not offended at all by your words. You were just being sincere, and I can see that. When the time comes, and if it is written in my destiny, you will hear about my marriage just like everyone else. Until then, there is no need for you to be concerned or anxious on my behalf. So relax, don't take unnecessary tension about my life. God has His own timing for everything. What is meant to happen will happen, and what is not meant will never take place. All you need to do is stay healthy, live peacefully, and remember that I value your concern. That alone is enough for me. Honestly, I have never exercised so much patience and tolerance in my entire life as I did today while talking to that watchman. He has just recovered and is finally able to walk on his own legs, and the way he was speaking to me, so casually, so freely, it took every bit of strength in me to stay calm. My heart was telling me to remain silent, to hold back from saying anything harsh, because I didn't want the wrong words to slip out of my mouth. What I truly felt like saying was, I helped you. I gave you financial support. That's the end of the matter. God has blessed us with everything we need. My father is a well-established man, a person of high status. I myself am a manager in a leading company, and my mother is a professor at a highly reputed university. We are educated people, and we have no shortage of money. So when I extend help to someone, it doesn't mean they suddenly gain the right to question my private life. And yet, after all that support, he comes to me with personal questions, asking why I haven't married, when I will marry, how long it will take, or whether I will remain single forever. Who is he to ask me such things? This is exactly what is wrong with society today. People intruding into personal matters without hesitation, as though they are entitled to know everything about someone else's life. Marriage is my personal choice, my private matter. Whether I marry or remain single is between me and God. No one else has the right to interfere in it. Still, I controlled myself today and treated him with kindness, speaking gently and respectfully so as not to hurt his feelings. But deep down, I know I was restraining a storm of words inside me. If he ever dares to bring up such questions with me again, I won't hold back next time. I will make sure he remembers that moment for the rest of his life. I will set him straight so firmly that even the very word marriage will vanish from his memory when speaking to me. Today I showed him love and patience, but tomorrow, if he crosses that boundary again, I will not let it go so easily.
Luna, listen to me carefully, my daughter. The way your fiancé speaks and the kind of things he says are completely unreasonable. His words do not make sense, nor do they reflect maturity. I am telling you this truthfully, if you go ahead with him, you will only create difficulties for yourself. He is already complicating his own life, and if you stay with him, you will complicate yours too. Marriage is not about the strange conditions and terms he keeps setting. That is not what marriage truly means.
Mother, please hear me out. I agree with you completely. You are right in everything you just said. I am not denying any of your words. His way of thinking is indeed wrong, and I do not support any of his ideas. Not even one. But all I am asking from you is a little more time. Just a few months. I want to see if there is a chance for him to change. I want to try and make an effort to guide him. If he changes, then that will be good for both of us. But if he does not, I promise you with all my heart that I will step back from this relationship and we will not proceed with the marriage.
Luna, you are an educated girl, and that is exactly why I feel you are wasting your precious time on someone who does not deserve you at all. I am only worried that you are investing your energy, emotions, and future in a person who has no logic and no sense of responsibility. And you know very well, marriage requires patience, understanding, and maturity. Without these, how can a home be built?
I understand, Mother, and I agree with every point you are making. I am not blind to his faults, nor am I ignoring them. But inside my heart, I feel that if I walk away without trying, I will always question myself. What if he had changed? What if I could have helped him become better? That is why I want to give him this short chance. If he fails, then I will have no regrets when I leave.
My daughter, I pray for you every single day. I bow before God and ask Him to protect you, to guide you, and to bless you with the best partner in life. I am hopeful, no, I am certain, that God has written something much better for you. You will find a good man, you will settle down in a respectable family, and you will live in peace. But as for this man who is currently your fiancé Fred, mark my words, because of his habits and behavior, no one will want to marry him in the future.
I know you are speaking with wisdom, and I truly respect it. You have always guided me with honesty, and I am grateful. Still, please grant me just this one request. Allow me a little more time to make one final effort with him. If he listens and improves, then at least our relationship will have a chance. But if he remains stubborn, if he refuses to change, then I assure you, Mother, I will walk away without looking back.
You are asking for time, but remember, Luna, time is not something to be wasted on people who take it for granted. Every moment you give him is a moment you lose for yourself. However, because you are my daughter and because I trust your judgment, I will allow you this chance. But keep my words close to your heart. If he continues on this path, I will not let you tie your life with his.
Thank you, Mother. That is all I wanted, a little space to try. I will do my best to speak to him, to reason with him, to show him the difference between right and wrong. I know it will not be easy, but at least I will have the satisfaction that I tried. If he changes, we will move forward. If he doesn't, I will not fight with you or with fate. I will step aside, as I promised.
Very well then. I will continue to pray that God gives you clarity and strength. And I will also pray that the truth of this man's character reveals itself to you soon, so you do not suffer longer than necessary. My only wish is to see you happy, respected, and safe. If this man cannot provide that, then he has no place in your life.
Hey brother Fred, what's going on? You look so tense today. I can see the frown lines on your forehead, and it feels like you're carrying some heavy anger inside you. Tell me, what's troubling you? Richard, honestly, I was just sitting quietly a while ago, but then suddenly the words of that watchman came back into my mind. The conversation I had with him 3 or 4 days ago. And it made me so frustrated. I kept replaying it in my head, and the more I thought about it, the angrier I became. What exactly did he say that made you this upset? I mean, he's just a poor man doing his job. Surely he didn't mean to insult you. What was it that triggered you so much? It was nothing but useless, silly questions. He kept asking me why I'm not married yet, saying things like, "Weren't you supposed to get married already? Didn't your wedding get delayed?" I mean, imagine that, a watchman prying into my personal life like that. It's none of his business. Marriage is a deeply personal matter, not something anyone should question me about casually. Fred, you're right, marriage is your private affair, and no one has the right to interrogate you about it. But, to be fair, maybe you should also look at it from his perspective. The only reason he asked is because your marriage talk has come up 2 or 3 times before, with everyone thinking it was about to happen in a week or 2. And then suddenly it got delayed again. People naturally become curious in such situations. In many families, delays in marriage happen for various reasons, sometimes due to family issues, sometimes financial stability, sometimes unforeseen problems. So he probably didn't mean harm. It's just the repeated postponements that created curiosity in him. So what are you saying, Richard? That I should excuse his nosy behavior? That I should tolerate random people questioning me about something so personal? No, my friend. I don't buy that. He crossed the line. Whether it's once or 100 times, my marriage is my own matter, and no one has the right to ask me about it. Not even you. Calm down, my friend. I'm not justifying his behavior. I'm only explaining why he may have asked. You are right, it's your personal life, and people should respect boundaries. But sometimes people, they see the lives of the wealthy and think they have a right to be curious. They don't realize they're crossing a line. Don't let it get to your heart so much. Easier said than done. But anyway, leave it. I don't want to waste my energy on this anymore. I need to get going because my fiancée just called me. We're supposed to have lunch together, and she asked me to be there by 2 o'clock. I can't be late, so let me focus on my work now. Of course. Don't be upset with me, I was just talking casually. You know we're friends, but still, you're my senior, you're a manager, and sometimes I do get a little scared. I don't want you to take my words the wrong way and report me or something. Well, that depends. If you start talking nonsense like that watchman again, then yes, I might just file a complaint. So be careful with your words, my friend. Otherwise, we're fine.
Fred. Listen to me carefully. It has already been several months since our engagement, and instead of moving forward, we are creating room for people to gossip. You are making yourself a subject of mockery, and you are giving others a chance to laugh at me as well. Marriage is about being pillars of support for one another, you supporting me and I supporting you, walking side by side through life. But this is not some official form where you tick boxes and impose conditions. You are a good man, intelligent and capable, but some of the things you say are simply wrong. If you change them, nothing will be taken away from you, it will only make life better for us.
Luna, and listen to me as well. Don't start telling me about what the world says or what people think. I stopped caring about people's opinions a long time ago. I told you clearly from the beginning, first of all, this marriage decision was yours. You were the one who insisted, because we studied together in college. I accepted. But secondly, the terms I set for my life, I do not step back from them. Every man has his own standards. After marriage, you will not continue with your job. I have enough from God's blessings. I don't need a wife who spends her time building social circles or entertaining outsiders. And one more thing, certain relatives of yours, whom I dislike, will not be welcome in my home. If you want to keep ties, do it outside, but not inside my house. And as for your elder sister, who once called me self-centered, after marriage, I want you to cut ties with her completely. It's as simple as that.
Fred, do you even realize what you are saying? What kind of pride or arrogance are you carrying in your heart? You keep saying, God has given me so much, God has blessed me abundantly. Fine, He has, and I'm happy for you. But what's the point of wealth and position if you use them to create walls instead of bridges? You think you can dictate my relationships? How can I possibly cut ties with my own sister? How can I stop my relatives or friends from visiting me? And as for my job, I'm not working because I need money, I'm working because it gives me independence, stability, and dignity. You say you hate social circles, but why should I destroy my career just because of your insecurities? I want to support you, but I also need you to support me. That's what marriage means. If you keep building your life around conditions and restrictions, then mark my words, you will end up alone.
Luna, you are exaggerating. I only said what I believe in. Every household has rules, and I'm simply laying mine out clearly before marriage. This is honesty, not arrogance. I don't want unnecessary people interfering in our personal life. Your sister has already disrespected me. Why should I tolerate her presence after marriage? As for your job, tell me one thing, will your job bring us respect, or will it bring us more trouble? The wife's true role is to be the heart of the home, not to be busy in offices and social gatherings. You call it insecurity. I call it protecting my family and my peace.
Fred, and I call it control. You want control over who I talk to, who visits me, where I work, how I live, everything. That's not protection, that's suffocation. You may not realize it now, but these terms you're setting are unrealistic. Life doesn't work that way. You can't build a marriage on prohibitions. What you're asking me is not partnership, it's slavery. And if you really believe I'll just silently cut off ties with my own blood for you, then you don't understand me at all.
Luna, you're making it sound worse than it is. I'm not asking you to stop being you, I'm asking you to adapt for the sake of our future. I don't want drama, I don't want outsiders judging us. If you think of me as your life partner, then why can't you trust that my conditions are for our happiness? I'm not your enemy. I just want things simple and peaceful.
Peaceful? This is not peace. This is suffocation disguised as peace. You don't realize that marriage is not about rules. It's about love, respect, and compromise. If you want me to give up my job, my sister, and my relatives, then what am I left with except you and your rules? Tell me, how long do you think such a marriage will last? Even before marriage, we are buried in complications. After marriage, these complications will only grow bigger.
Luna, you're overthinking again. Why don't we just leave this conversation for now? Tell me how the food is. Do you like it? If you want, I'll order something else for you. Let's at least enjoy the meal instead of fighting.
I don't want anything else to eat. I want you to think about what I've just said. Food is temporary, But this issue is our future. And right now, our future looks more complicated than it should be.
My mother brought me 2 or 3 good proposals. The families were respectable, and the girls were good too. But why didn't I go ahead with any of them? The reason was simple: those girls wanted to live the exact same way after marriage as they were living before it. Tell me, how does that make sense? Marriage changes life. It brings responsibilities, compromises, adjustments. But they wanted everything unchanged. Why should I agree to such an arrangement? Who is going to put some sense into these girls' heads that marriage is not just an extension of their old lifestyle? Of course, when I marry someone, I will provide her with everything. Her clothes, her shopping, the brands she chooses. Within a minute she will have them. Any comfort she desires, I'll ensure she gets it. But in return, if I ask for 2 or 3 things, isn't it her duty to respect that? If she refuses even that, then how will we walk together in life? People accuse me. Some called me self-centered, some even labeled me a narcissist. Let them say what they want. I know myself, I am 120% right. Want me to give an example? Look at the house I buy. I spent my money, my effort, my sweat on it. I painted it, I decorated it, I stabilized it with my hard work and God help. Now imagine someone coming up to me and saying, "You cannot live in this house." Wouldn't I get angry? Of course I would. Because it was my investment, my hard work. It's the same with marriage. If I am providing stability, money, comfort, and security to my wife through my hard work, then I also have the right to set certain rules. Because I am the head of the house. And yet, instead of understanding this, today's girls think too highly of themselves. They misunderstand guidance for control, structure for suffocation, responsibility for dictatorship. Where has logic gone? And let's not forget, I didn't chase Luna. She was the one who pushed for this relationship, not me. Now, if she sees my terms and conditions as a problem, that's her perspective. But I see them as principles, my principles. If she wants to call it control, fine. I won't force her. I'll walk away. Because I can live without marriage, but I cannot live without my rules. Being single isn't a curse. People think it is, but for me, it's freedom. Freedom to live on my terms, freedom from unnecessary drama, freedom from being misunderstood. If no girl is willing to understand the value of discipline and respect, then I am perfectly fine remaining single. At least, I'll have peace. And peace is better than a marriage full of conflict.
Luna, look, if there is any issue in your relationship because of me, if my presence has created even a shadow of conflict, I am ready to step back. I am your elder sister. I can sacrifice my right to visit you after marriage. I can choose not to come to your house. All I want is to see you happy and settled. I pray to God every day that your marriage brings you peace and prosperity. You like this boy yourself, you told him you wanted to marry him, and he agreed. That was your decision. But if my words have become an obstacle, then I will move aside without hesitation.
Please, don't ever say such a thing again. How can I cut ties with my elder sister? Just because something slipped out of your mouth and he caught it, that doesn't mean I should abandon you. Yes, it's true, I told him myself. We studied together in college, and I thought he was a good man. He was never into girls, never into wrong activities, always decent, always focused. That's why I suggested marriage, and he said yes. After our engagement, when our families met and I got closer to him, only then I realized about his conditions, rules he wanted me to follow after marriage. And tell me honestly, Luna, before taking this step, before giving your word to him, did you pray to God? Did you ask him for guidance? Because sometimes we are blind in our own emotions, but God always shows the way. I did pray, sister. But I prayed with a belief in myself, that I would be able to change him after marriage. I thought, he's good at heart, maybe a little rigid, but love will soften him. But now even before marriage, he is setting such strict conditions. He says he will decide who I can meet, who I cannot.
He says I cannot keep my job. He says certain family members of mine will not be allowed in my home after marriage. Sister, is marriage a union of two souls, or is it like an examination hall where some things are allowed and others are banned? That is exactly my concern. Listen carefully. Do not waste years trying to change someone who doesn't want to change. A man who sets rules before marriage will tighten them after marriage. A man who controls before commitment will suffocate after commitment. You are an educated girl, you are financially independent, you have respect in society. You are not sent to this world to fix a man. If he refuses to respect your individuality, then he does not deserve you. I agree with every word you said. You are absolutely right. But I still feel I should try once more. Just once. Maybe if I explain things again, maybe if I appeal to his heart, he will understand. If he changes, then fine, life can move forward. If he does not, then yes, I will have no option but to walk away. But let me make this one last effort. After that, I promise, I will not waste more of my time. That's your choice. I won't stop you. But remember this, do not confuse compromise with sacrifice of your dignity. Do not let love blind you to reality. If God shows you again that he is not the right man, do not ignore the signs. I understand, sister. I won't ignore God's signals. I will try, but I will keep my eyes open this time. If he proves unchangeable, I will step back. I don't want to destroy my life for a man who refuses to respect me. But for now, let me try one more time. Fine. But mark my words, my dear. Real love never comes with chains and restrictions. If he truly loves you, he will stand with you, not above you. And if he doesn't, then let him go, and God will open a better door for you.
Son, do you know? William's boy has cleared a tough competitive exam. He scored very high marks, and soon he'll be placed on a very prestigious post. The whole neighborhood is talking about his success, and it's a matter of happiness for his family.
Daddy, why are you even telling me this? I'm not interested in hearing whether he gets a big post or a small one. If he cleared that exam, he did it for himself, not for us. His life, his effort, not my concern.
And that's exactly your problem, Fred. Why are you so self-centered? When someone achieves something in life, the decent thing is to encourage them, to share their happiness. The person who can celebrate the joy of others is the one who is truly brave and noble. But you only look at yourself.
Oh really? Then tell me, Father, when did you ever celebrate my success? When did you ever say a good word about me? I became a manager, I earn more than $20,000 a month, 34 people work under me. But did you ever say, son, I'm proud of you? Never. Not once. But the moment William's son achieves something, suddenly you have glowing words. Do you see the difference?
No, son. The difference is in your heart. You want appreciation only for yourself, and the moment someone else is praised, you burn inside. If I say something good about another person, your face changes, your pride is wounded. That narrowness will destroy you. Remember this, a man who only values himself and never others will one day find himself utterly alone. And you're already walking down that road. Look at your age, you're not married yet. The way you behave, I fear even marriage may not happen for you.
And now marriage? Where did that come from? So what if I don't marry? Will I drop dead? Will I stop feeling hunger? Will I suddenly get a fever? Will my job vanish into thin air? Why is marriage the ultimate yardstick? No, Father, what I see is that you only find faults in me. Never once have you looked at me with a smile. For you, William's boy shines, but your own son, invisible.
You're wrong. You think I don't see your strengths? I do. But your nature, your controlling nature, overshadows everything. You want every person around you to be under your command, like a remote in your hand. That is not leadership, son, that is domination. And such a mindset ruins relationships. Even your achievements will mean nothing if you can't win hearts.
You call it controlling. I call it discipline. If I'm strict, it's because people need direction. I'm successful because I know how to lead. But you never see that, do you?
You only lecture me. Always pointing at flaws, never recognizing the effort I put in.
Son, listen carefully. I don't know how long I'll live. Maybe years, maybe only days. But one day I will be gone, and you'll be left with nothing but my words. That day, perhaps, you will realize what I was trying to tell you, that success without humility is emptiness, and control without love is loneliness. And then you'll remember, your father was not against you, he only wanted you to become a man worthy of respect, not just fear.
You know, it's something to think about. Sir Jack has been falling sick quite often these days. His age is also catching up with him. His back has bent quite a lot, and he always looks so unwell, as if his body has given up. Of course, you are right. Though he has everything in life, money, wealth, fame, respect, even a wife who stands by him. She is a professor at such a prestigious university, a man who once had everything going his way. Still, the poor man never got true happiness in life because of his only son Fred. Yes, I've noticed that. No matter how hard Sir Jack tries, his son seems to make life miserable for them. Instead of being a blessing, he has turned into the biggest reason for their suffering. Exactly. You wouldn't believe how much they've tried to fix things for him. They even tried to arrange his marriage several times, thinking that perhaps a wife might bring stability and responsibility into his life. But his behavior is so odd and stubborn that no woman is willing to marry him. That's really tragic. I heard about 2 or 3 proposals that were close to finalizing, but at the last moment, everything broke apart. Yes, and the reason is always the same, his arrogance. He truly believes that whatever he says is right and everyone else is wrong. He thinks that his way of thinking is perfect and the whole world is against him. With that mindset, how can anyone live with him? And because of that, their home has no peace. Every time I pass by, I can hear arguments, shouting, and fights from inside. Their life has become nothing but daily conflict. True. It's painful to watch. Imagine being in Sir Jack's shoes, having wealth, name, honor, and still being deprived of joy just because of a single child. Sometimes I think he must ask himself, what did I do wrong in raising him? It's sad, really. A father gives his entire life for his child, and in return, all he gets is pain and sleepless nights. No wonder Sir Jack and his wife are always stressed, always worried, always carrying the burden of their son's behavior. And the saddest part is, Sir Jack's health is failing faster because of this stress. His body is weak, but it's his broken heart that's taking away his strength. What on earth just happened? Everything seemed fine a while ago, but suddenly Sir Fred looked at me with such anger in his eyes and then drove off in his car without saying a word. I keep wondering, what could have triggered such a reaction? Did I unknowingly say something wrong, something that offended him so badly? It's troubling me because I've never seen that much rage on his face before. I've served here for years and have always respected him, so why would he react like that today? The way he glared at me felt so unusual, as if I had done something unforgivable. But in my memory, I cannot recall uttering a single word that could provoke him. Still, that look on his face, it's haunting me. There must be a reason behind such anger. I keep asking myself, was it something I did this morning? Maybe I greeted him at the wrong time, or perhaps he misunderstood something I said? No, that can't be it. I've always spoken carefully around him. Then what is it? Why today of all days did he choose to lash out, even without speaking a single word? This silence and anger, it's more painful than if he had shouted at me directly. Whatever the cause, it has left me uneasy. A man like Sir Fred doesn't show such emotions without a serious reason. Maybe something happened in his personal life, or perhaps some bad news reached him before he saw me. But still, why did he direct that anger toward me? I feel disturbed, and until I know the truth, I won't find peace. I just hope I didn't do anything to deserve this, because I've always tried to serve faithfully. Next part will be available after a few hours. Thanks for watching Ninja Cartoons. May God bless you all, amen. See you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.